How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and everything relating to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's a great time to be a Marvel fan right now, as Disney and Marvel have dropped a ton of new content, including trailers and one for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There's about 2 minutes of awesomeness, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. We open on a tribute to Captain America. We know that some stuff for Captain America was already in a museum in previous films, but this looks like he may have gotten his own museum now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It shows us a bunch of old promotions for Captain America and the Army. It then shows Sam sitting by himself in what appears to be the same place, looking at Captain's shield. Now Sam is dressed up in a nice suit and tie. And the last time we left Sam, Steve named him the new Captain America, and he gave him the shield. But as we've expected for a while, it doesn't look like that was Steve Rogers' choice, as the shield is locked up. And it appears that Sam may be dressed to talk to the people who are in charge. But it seems like things may be just a little bit more complicated than we thought. We cut to the next scene, where Sam is talking to Bucky, and he says the legacy of that shield is complicated. Now, in Captain America, the First Avenger, they didn't reveal any of the past of Captain America's shield, but it actually does have a past, and what Sam is referring to is Isaiah Bradley, the first black Captain America. And what he's referring to is the comic storyline Truth, Red, White, and Black. In the storyline, it was revealed that the US government committed secret super soldier experiments on black soldiers during the Second World War. Now, we haven't heard anything about Isaiah Bradley or these secret experiments in the MCU yet, but it wouldn't be that hard for them to retcon them into the storyline. And the storyline would definitely make it more personal to Sam. But the biggest takeaway at this point is it seems like Sam isn't using the shield, which of course we'll go on to find out, but perhaps maybe Sam chose to not use the shield. Maybe because of these experiments that were conducted in the past, he may have fear, or he may simply just not want to because of the past. We then go to a convoy of vehicles in which we have no idea who's inside, but we do know that seemingly this terrorist organization that is introduced in this trailer is going to eventually attack them. As we go through the next couple of scenes, we hear the words from Bucky saying, "The world is upside down." And as we hear this, we see a very, very big scene. We see the Falcon, the Winter Soldier, and Zemo in a new city which we assume to be Madripoor. Now, this is really huge because if this is indeed Madripoor, it has a huge connection to not only the X-Men and Mutants, but to Wolverine specifically and Viper. Now, in the comics, Viper is the ruler of Madripoor. Viper would eventually take on the name Madam Hydra, being a part of Hydra's inner circle. Now, Viper has tried to achieve world domination a few times, but has usually been defeated by Captain America, in which, in this case, now in the MCU, would technically, according to Steve Rogers, be Sam, which would explain why they are in Madripoor. They are looking for Viper because she may be behind all the terrorist attacks that we see in this trailer. But Viper is also very notably known for marrying Logan, the Wolverine. As I mentioned, Madripoor has a very big connection to the X-Men and specifically Wolverine, so this could very well be the introduction to the mutants in the MCU, but very specifically Wolverine. There have been a lot of rumors in the past, especially concerning Wolverine and his introduction in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so we'll just have to wait and see on that. Now, Bucky and Sam are with Zemo. You can see him in a couple of scenes, but if you blink, you'll miss him. So they have actually either contacted him or he has contacted them, both probably seeking the same cause, taking down this organization. So they're now working with Zemo, but more on that in just a little bit. We go on to the next few scenes where it seems like there are a bunch of terrorist attacks happening. We see a bunch of policemen or soldiers in one scene, and on their chest is the word Justice. Now, Justice is German. Now, there are plenty of connections to Germany in the MCU. The Sokovia Accords were actually signed in Germany. So as far as why some things would happen in Germany, there are plenty of reasons. But why specifically is unknown at this point by the trailer. We then see some terrorist attacks, and we are introduced to the group, the Flag Smashers. These are the people wearing the mask with the handprint over the mask. Now, although nothing is revealed about this woman that we see in the trailer, she very well could be Madam Hydra. She does seem like she is in charge of this group, and throughout the trailer, they are performing many different terrorist attacks. Her actual identity is not revealed, but I would not be surprised one bit if she actually is Viper/Madam Hydra. We go on to hear Bucky say, "The world is upside down," and then we get an actual release. It says this March. We then go to a scene with Sam and Bucky on Sam's family ship. We can see in the background of this scene where he has the suitcase, the sign in the back says Wilson's Family Seafood. So wherever they're going, they have the help of Sam's family. Now, as far as the briefcase is concerned, it looks like Sam is now carrying his wings in the suitcase. This is very much like Iron Man in Iron Man 2, how he carried his suit in his suitcase. In fact, this may even be Stark technology that we're seeing here, although we'll have to wait till the show starts to officially find out. Now the next shot is pretty cool. It's of Bucky talking to Sam and he says, "The people need something to get behind." And it's probably a very emotional time for him because that's who his best friend, Steve Rogers, the old Captain America, was. He was a symbol to the people. And during a time of uncertainty after Avengers Endgame and during a time where there's a bunch of terrorist attacks, it seems, the people are definitely going to need somebody to get behind. And it looks like Bucky is encouraging Sam to be that person, to be that symbol of hope. We then get our first official look at Falcon's suit. It's kind of blurry in this scene, but we can see the new design. And it doesn't seem like he's taken on the mantle at this point of Captain America. But if we take a look at this next clip of Sam shaking his head, he looks rather emotional as he's doing this. And this is no doubt Sam's nodding and agreeing with Bucky when he said that the people need something to get behind. We then have a scene where they very clearly show Baron Zemo. In this scene, we see Zemo grieving his family, but perhaps he's not as vengeful as he was before. As we know, and as we've seen in this trailer, he will be working with Sam and Bucky. And of course, we've seen this shot before, which is Bucky's arm dropping bullets in front of Zemo, which is a scene that we're kind of unsure about right now, but many people believe it to be Bucky letting go, dropping the bullets, not killing Zemo, but forgiving him. We then see the new Captain America, not Sam, but US Agent John Walker, running on the football field. Now as he runs on the field and they show the new Captain America symbol, we hear Bucky's words, "They need a symbol," talking about the people. Now this implies what we kinda knew all along. US Agent John Walker isn't exactly the best person and has ulterior motives of being Captain America, whether he's being brainwashed by somebody like Thunderbolt Ross or perhaps even Hydra, or perhaps he's even doing it on his own. We know that he's not going to remain Captain America because he's going to be a little bit corrupt, which is why Bucky says that Sam needs to be that symbol. We then see the Falcon and the Winter Soldier in action. Sam, of course, is flying and doing some pretty awesome stunts, but Bucky now has a motorcycle. And this might be Bucky's thing in the series. The Falcon can fly, he has his wings, and Bucky may have a motorcycle most of the time to keep up, which is pretty awesome and hopefully makes for some really awesome scenes. We again run into the Flag Smashers, but specifically the same girl from before. We then have a bunch of more action sequences, but then we get this really awesome clip of Sam kicking this woman just like Captain America Steve Rogers used to kick people. So there's definitely going to be a lot of callbacks to Chris Evans's Steve Rogers. Now, all throughout this trailer, it looks like the Flag Smashers are the ones responsible for these terrorist attacks and this heist. And throughout the trailer, Sam and Bucky are trying to stop them. But in the scene where we have Sam and Bucky in a plane, and Bucky asks what the plan is, and there is no plan according to Sam because he just jumps out the plane, but we can see that there is a US soldier on board. So at one point in time, it looks like they're going to have the backing of the US Army on their side. Either that, or a lot of people are still very loyal to Captain America, so they want to help out Sam and Bucky. But in a time of terror, it would make sense that the government would hire two Avengers who helped the world in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, despite their past. We then cut to an amazing scene with a helicopter chasing Sam, firing at him, and Sam maneuvering his way through canyons, avoiding getting hit by these missiles, and it looks absolutely fantastic, super action-packed, and if this is a preview of what the show is going to be like, it is going to be amazing. Now we end on kind of a funny note, some bickering between Sam and Bucky, showing that their relationship is going to be very, very tight, but it's also going to be very comedic. Both best friends of Steve Rogers now coming together in a very love-hate relationship. So that's it for my breakdown of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier official trailer. If there are any Easter eggs that you may have spotted, be sure to let me know in the comments down below, or if you have any theories of yourself about any part of the trailer, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all things relating to the MCU, and so you can enter this week's giveaway for a chance to win a Tony Stark Quantum Suit Funko Pop, provided by HeroesHideout.com. For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.